So now you saw the how the our backend is prepares, and then now we need to be, and now we start to the way the Java development. So we use the Spring Boot. You see the Spring Boot profiles for the development environment, test environment, release environment, quality assurance environment, user acceptance environment, and production environment. Means this is the all the step. If you are really working with really big company as like Microsoft or eBay or PayPal, and there is a lot of steps to deploy the application. You are the developer is a development environment, so you packed your application as a standalone jar files, and this jar file need to be installed to the development, the test environment. Maybe there is a test department, they will install the application. That means they will install the backend server and run the application to the test department. And the test department run the success of or have see the specification fit, and then test department will deploy this application the same version to the release, and the release department has to be maintain it, or they will put it in the quality assurance department. They install the application, then check it, everything is okay, perfect, and then they will put it this application as a release, a final release for the production environment. That means that when the application in running to the production environment means the installation department, and this is the questions, if you have the installation department in your company or IT department, and they will do it. If he is not available, then you are responsible to deploy your standalone jar files to the production environment, to the client machines, and that's the David. So you see that I will show you how it works into our Java application. You see there is a five properties files, like you have a properties file like dev properties, application minus dev property, production, QA, release, test, UA, and then general application. I will show detail how it works. So this is the configuration or property specification with the Spring profile concept. That means when you build jar files, and inside this jar file there is these properties files available. When you write your script, then that means you said, okay, this is my prefix. Like I try to deploy my application in the production environment, then the application, your script go to the jar files and see which prefix you set. If you set it to production, then it goes to the production database, and then all privileges for the productions, and install this application to the production environments. That's the idea. Spring Boot profile is the most important. You need to be careful for as a professional life. In the professional life, we use like such a way to build the applications like different environments, from the development, production, test, QA, and UA, and even though in the client machines. So this is the file you need to be script. This is the same file, just simply copy paste, and then the end user installation department or you has to be just change something into your script file and run the application whatever you like to do. It doesn't matter where you try to deploy your application. Of course, you need your backend server. Get ready to deploy the application to the any machines or any environments. So here is the pictures. You can how when your development is done, then you just build or you just Maven. If you are using the Maven as a building tools, then you can go this clean Maven clean commands, and it's generate the you see the pictures, and pictures like I have a version number 0.1.0.1. There's a very fast release, and then second release for these applications. And you can build this command, or you can directly go to the application to go to the application, run as, and build first clean it, and then build the other or Maven installation, and it will produce your jar files with all the configuration. Well, that's what I said here. All the environments that you set it. If you set it like 10 environments, that is there. Just you need to change the flags somewhere to install it. To get it properly. So this is the jar file. You need to be copy into it is generated in the target directory that everybody knows. If you are working with the Maven building tools, or if you are in the Gradle building tools, then it goes to the bin folder or build folder. Then you can just copy this jar file depending on which building tool you are using. For these projects, I'm using Maven. That's why it goes to the package, the standalone jar generated, or your resource folder is generated to the target folder. Just you need to copy from here to your local directory or anywhere, and then you write your script to run your standalone jar files or jar application. So of course, this is the most important one I need to be talk to you, because this application I need a GeoServer, because my GIS, my geo data set is installed or configure. You can get it from detailed last screencast like 34.20 up to 30.24. There's a detailed discussion how you configure, how you integrate your GeoServer to your application, and how GeoServer services you call to your maps into your web pages, or your HTML pages, or whatever it is called. That means when you try to install this application into the different environments, you need to be configured, or you need to be installed GeoServer also. That means your GIS PostGIS database and PostGIS SQL database plus PostGIS extension plus GeoServer. This is the backend preparation you need to be. When the backend preparation done for each of the environments, then which environment you try to deploy your application, then you have to start your GeoServer, because the GeoServer has all configuration to get it data. Just follow the previous screencast, you can get the proper idea. So here you see the end products. We deploy developments, deployments, and installation. This is the folder that we need. So we generate our jar files. Here are the two jar files we have, and now we have our you see the additional two one, the env.cmd, the batch files. This configure how you start your application. I will show you how it start and how is the content this information. And the most, because of I try to explain you as a beginner level, and even though in the professional way, because this is one of the way, this is the professional way day to day we work with the deployment our applications. So here is see that our application is here. Just you need to be change here something, and you try to run the start service, something like that, and it will run automatically your application with your backend server, which will your database name, who the user, the database passwords, and then all necessary even though which GeoServer you are connected, and this type of configuration. And here you see that there is a special packet like Selenium test. I did a little bit part of the test of the Selenium. When you did the application to run the client machines or any environment machine, you just run the script, and then you see that your GUI function. I will show you how is it done, and all the necessary information. Maybe because my application has some requirements, and the geo data has to be visualized in the KML. Then that's why I use this KML folder and put it all the KML data. And at the end of the day, we can visualize this KML into the Google Earth. Then this is the one of the client requirement, depending which client would like to see it. But the client says we need to visualize our plots, our buildings, our streets, or our POIs, point of interest, to the Google Earth. Then we will give it to these functionalities. Of course, there's the extra requirement you are paid by for that ones. This is the deployment. So you planned, you developed, and now you test. Test means the server side test with JUnit. You tested it, and you packed your application as a jar file with the Spring Boot profile concept. Now you try to deploy the application to where you try to deploy the application. That's the questions. And then you have some Selenium recordings, and then you run the Selenium tested into the respective environment. Doesn't matter development test or where you install the application. That's why that's the important one. So you see the pictures like when your application is deployed is into your local directory, and you have like your jar files, and you have just env files that I will show you how it's look like. And this is the start. Just you change here this file, you just change your database name and also the database password, and then you just run these files in the command file. Just run the start server, and server will start it properly, and you get the ideas. Okay, here is my Spring Boot application is running. So you see that there's a development environment because I am running local machines and with the port number 499004. And if I show you the difference between the two different versions, how the port, you can just port change it and then deploy it. Is it everything working? It just will show you how the local deployment works, and how the when you build your jar file, how the externally its deployment works in locally in development environment. Just you can need to change like your production environment, test environment with your machine number. So it's locally running. That means my machines. And if you try to put the machine into the in Bangladesh or Germany, and then you put it your machine number on IP address for these machines, and then you have to look for the which port is using already used, and then you have it give it to the another port and to run the application, and then to go to the real pictures of the application. So you see that our Seleniums, the Selenium really important tools. When I started development in 2010 or 19 nines, and then I used a lot of places in the Selenium. Is a really Selenium good tools. There is a possibility into the Selenium server to install and run, convert your Selenium test case in the Java unit test and run the test into the whole night, maybe and 00 o'clock you run your test, you whole night your application maybe 100 pages or 200 pages to run, and you record information, you run at midnight, and in the morning you see, okay, where my features or where my functionalities fail, and it give it to really clear idea which is fail, which is success, and give the information in. That means when you have a really proper test cases or test suites or the Selenium recorded to suite, and then you copied it and deploy this, you can execute this test cases or test scenario into the different environments. That means you did your development environment, the Selenium test, and put this same test cases into the test department, into the release department, or QA or UA, or even though in the production environment. That means same test has to be run with the same application, with the same versions, have to be run any machine, any environments. That's the idea. You record it and you did a proper test. That means you have a really good test coverage. I can say you have a 90% test coverage or 100% some cases test coverage. Then you are sure your server side unit test is working, and even though you are 100% sure my GUI, my functional test is working, because working means it's working with the development environment, production, and all the environments. It's working. That means your side, you are sure my application, my features, my functionality is working any levels of developments. That means when any bugs or any missing or any features missing is coming, then end user, the client, the product owner knows, okay, here is missing, here is failed. Then you know, okay, here is my test running. Product owner see, okay, I run the test cases, this doesn't fit my requirement that I need. Then they will report it and then come to the plan. You try to develop again and deploy it again, and then this is the circle is running. So that means development, test, and the deployment is circular way working. That means it's complete DevOps culture. You did it in development. So here's some Selenium test cases. That's your close look on it. I will show you how it is run, Selenium cases, and when I deploy the application in the production environments. So that's like I will like to thanks and just continue or subscribe or view my channels and write down your comments. And I try to share my knowledge, what I have in last 10 years and experience in the professional life, and you can share your knowledge with commands and then give ideas how it works. Just subscribe the channels, write down the comments. I try to my best to give you the answer what I have it in my mind, or what I have in experience in life in my last years of experience into the development world, or even the development world, or even in the specification world, even though in the deployment world, I mean the DevOps world. It works. Just follow the channels and subscribe it, write down some here. Thank you, bye. And then I will continue the how the profile, the Spring Boot profile works, and how you build the jar files and build your script files and run the deployment. Let's have a start to do that one.